Hey guys, so I want to add something new to my channel called Deep Talks with Lindsay. I think that's what I'm going to call it. We'll find out whatever it is up there. But I am a super spiritual person, so I need to add this to my channel. And something I want to talk to you about is reincarnation. Did we exist before we were born? These are my thoughts. This doesn't come from religion for me. This doesn't come from anywhere. These are literally the thoughts that I have made up in my mind. And I just wanted to share them with you guys. So, what happens when we die? That is a question I have asked myself for like ever. I have always been afraid of that because I don't know what's gonna happen. And so I would tell my mom when I was little, I'm scared, I don't want to die one day. She'd always joke back and be like, well, where were you before you were born? You were okay then, right? So it's when you die, you'll be fine. You were fine before you were born. And that really like struck me when she said that, because people usually don't respond to where am I going when I die to where were you before you were born. So I started to think about that question. Where was I before I was born? Is that the same place as where you go when you die? And so I researched, this is the conclusion that I came with of why I could justify to myself that reincarnation could be real, and that has to do with where we were before we were born, and if that's the same place as where we go when we die. So I've thought about it because this is my process, and I want you guys to think with me. Where were we before we were born? Because this is something we've all experienced. We may have not, we can't validate that we have been dead. We don't know what that is like. We can't validate that. But what we all have in common is we all did not exist at one point before we were born. So what did that feel like? I wanted to remember what that feels like. And the only thing I can come up with is that it didn't feel like anything. It didn't feel bad, it didn't feel good. I mean, it felt good, but like millions and billions of years went by and I was like fine. There was nothing I was worried about. The dinosaurs existed. Who knows? I mean, I can go on and on about the billions of years everything came into be, that we were not here until now. But the bottom line is I was okay. I was somewhere. So then I thought about it further. So before I was born, I did not exist. We can all agree that before we're born, we don't exist. Then all of a sudden we're born. We randomly exist when we had not existed before. So comes my question, is the before the same as the after? Because if it is, and before we can exist and then we can randomly exist, that means when we don't exist again, we have the opportunity to randomly exist again, aka reincarnation. At least for me, I think to me that proves reincarnation for me. That's at least how my brain can interpret and believe in reincarnation. This can be explained by physics. There's something called the law of conservation energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Rather, it transforms from one form to another. If our consciousness is a form of energy, then that means that we would have to live by the same properties of all energy, that it can either be destroyed or created. Someone might argue that when our bodies die, we are gone, and our bodies might turn to energy to grow a tree. But, however, I don't believe that the body and the consciousness are two things. I believe they're two separate things. Consciousness is the energy that powers the body, and the body is a vessel. To think of this more simply, think of the body being similar as a TV. A TV is a TV. Just like our body is a body. And a TV is not gonna work unless you plug it in. And when you plug it in, the TV has the energy going through it, so the TV turns on and it works. Well, that is what the soul is. That is what the consciousness is. That is the thing that makes us alive and makes us different than a machine, that makes us different from our body. Our consciousness is our energy. Our soul is our energy. So, our soul is the same property as any other energy. It cannot be destroyed. It can only transform into another form. So yeah, I guess in a short, where were we before we were born? I guess I can't exactly answer that, but I know we were somewhere. And where do we go when we die? Well, I think we go to the same place we went to when we were born. And I think that place is the source, is the energy where we are one with the universe, whatever it is that you believe, if it's God, if it's just energy, I think it's the same place. And I think that reincarnation can be proved by just knowing that we did not exist at one time and then we did by being born. And if we don't exist again when we die, well then we can exist again. So that's my thoughts on where we were before we were born. And you guys, I don't know how you guys are gonna respond to this video. This is a deep thought talk with Lindsay, and this is just what goes on in my head. And I'm not posting this to be like controversial. I am totally a chill person. I just wanted to post this to make you guys think outside of your comfort zone or what you know. I think that's what's important in life, is we need to question everything. We need to just use our brains and think. This is something that I just came up with. And you don't have to believe it or think it's true, but I do hope that you think about it, and I would love to know what your thoughts are too. Because it's cool. One thought leads to another. That's what learning is. That's what thinking is. We must challenge our brain, and we must try to think things that had never been thought before. So that's my take on where we were before we were born. And yes, I do believe in reincarnation. I believe in past lives. And you guys, I have a blog post I wrote about this on my blog, doseofbliss.com. I'll leave the link below. You could see more about that. I have some more scientific data about like quantum theory and physics and all that stuff that can explain it more. And hopefully this wasn't too deep for you, but I am a deep thinker and I want you guys to think deeply with me. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and please have a conversation below. I would love to know what your thought is. All thoughts are welcome. All views are welcome. We're all here to learn and grow and be better. So tell me, where do you think we were before we were born? No wrong answers here. Thanks guys, please subscribe. I love you all. It's not goodbye. It's see you later.